Hey y'all, in today's video we are talking all about when to harvest zinnias. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jessie and well, I'm a former plant killer here in Zone 8B, Ruston, Louisiana on a flower farm journey. This is year one of my flower farm journey, and up until 2020 I'd never grown anything in my life without it dying. So we've made a few changes. So in today's video, I did want to go over zinnias. When do you cut zinnias so that they don't wilt on you or end up with thin net syndrome? You may notice it's early. It's not that bright out here. It is early morning. The best time to cut flowers in general is either early morning or very late in the evening when it's the coolest part of the day. That's when you want to harvest your zinnias. You are going to want to make sure that you have a bucket full of clean water. Make sure your bucket's clean, make sure the water's nice and clean. And I do want to point out you want to use room temp or mildly warm water. You do not want to use cold water. Now you may be going, why not cold water? Cold water is good for the flowers, right? Well, actually, one thing I've learned from having to take my florist exam is that cold water is kind of hard for the flower to take up into the stem. Warm water or room temp water is actually easier for the water to soak up and hydrate itself, which is very important. So when you initially cut these flowers, you do not want to put them in nice ice cold water. You want to put them in room temp water. That way they can take up the water. After they've been in the room, I can't talk this morning. After you put them in the room temp water and they've been inside in the AC for an hour, then you can transfer them into colder water. But at first, room temp water. So how do we know if a zinnia is ready to harvest? Well, you're gonna give her a shake. Actually, you're gonna give her a wiggle. It's called the wiggle test. So you're gonna grab the zinnia a little bit down the stem. You don't want to grab her up here. You want to grab her down here and you want to give her a little wiggle. And if she's like this, all loosey-goosey, she has had a rough night on the town, you don't want to harvest her. She's too drunk. She's going to wilt in the vase or start having her petals turn brown. She is not ready. What you do want is, let's see if this one's ready. That's much better. Do you see how stiff that is? She's nice and stiff. The stem is sturdy. And yes, I can hear that that's what she said going on in your head. Get your mind out of the gutter. This is a family show. So at this point, this zinnia is ready to harvest. So once again, wiggling her. Her head is nice and sturdy. She's good to go. Now where am I going to harvest her? I'm not going to harvest her right here. I'm going to go down. And there is a side shoot right here, but I want to encourage longer stems and more branching. So I'm going to go down all the way to here, to the next one. And I could go further if I wanted to. And then I'm going to carefully remove all the leaves. Be careful about grabbing up here to remove the leaves, because if you squeeze too much, it'll crush the flower and then you end up with bent neck syndrome. So now she's ready to go in the water. So now that I'm done harvesting my zinnias, I'll take them inside and let them condition for 1 hour. That just means I'm gonna let them sit in their water for an hour before they're ready to work with. Now, I will tell you this, zinnias are known as the dirty flower. And that means they tend to dirty up the water. So for best vase life, it's best to change their water every 1 to 2 days, or put a small drop of bleach into the water to help with bacterial growth. If you'd like to see more on my flower farm journey, be sure to hit the playlist here, and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.